Hello, Kerry here. I am currently in Glastonbury in a gorgeous rented house for the weekend. I'm here to assist my friend in her priestess dedication ceremonies today. So I'm feeling very lucky to be here, to have been invited to come and stay in this gorgeous house. And I was going to record this video outside, but there's somebody playing very loud music. I don't know if it's the, there's something going on at the Abbey today and the script are playing there tonight, so I don't know if it's a sound check for that or something. But it's very loud in the garden, so I decided to come in the house. But this video is day 2 of the 30-day storytelling don't call it a challenge, it's an invitation, a 30-day storytelling expansion with Rox. And this is day 2, and the prompt for day 2 is to talk about a story about when you decided, I can't go on like this. So there's a few times in my life that I felt like that, I put a few in the group yesterday, but I've decided to tell you a different story. I'm going to talk about my anxiety, because there was a time, maybe certainly 4 years ago, and then for quite a few years before that, for most of my adult life really, I suffered with massive anxiety. It got to a point where it was social anxiety, so it would be when I was around people, and it could be anyone, it could even have been my husband. Sometimes I would clam up. And how my anxiety manifested was I would have the freeze response. So my throat would just close completely. I would be physically unable to speak. I'd go mute, basically. I couldn't think. My mind would just go completely blank, and I would have this consuming, horrible fear come over me, and I just want to be anywhere apart from there. And I just long to be on my own, to decompress, and it made socializing, or it made just functioning quite difficult, because if I wasn't in a social situation experiencing the anxiety, I'd be beating myself up over the last time I made a fool of myself because I couldn't physically talk in public, or it would just be a cycle of and if I was going out, I get anxiety about getting anxiety, and it would be quite stressful just going anywhere. And where I home educated my kids for quite a few years, I would be out in social situations a lot, because I'd be taking them to social groups and things like that. So it was an ongoing problem, and it got to a point where, for me, lockdown was a dream. I didn't have to go anywhere, I didn't have to see anyone, and it was from around that time that I started my healing journey, really. So having that space to not have to be in social situations, and having that space to explore the healing modality at the time that I was studying was Metatron colour healing, which brought in colour therapy and lots of meditation, connection with angelic energies, and really began my healing journey. And I was able to really start working through my anxiety, and I started working with clients and working as a healer myself, but it was with the womb healing and working with the Sanctuary Sophia and Angie Twidle, and working through what we call the shamanic way of the womb, connecting into my body, into myself, and and the woundings that I hold within me from, from when I was in the womb, and even beyond that. It was when I started working with the element of fire, really, the first time I really connected with that element. I decided I was going to start running women's circles. And my anxiety was like, what? What are you doing? But the fire was telling me, you have to do this. There's just no way that you're not doing this. This is your calling. And I just wanted to take this work out there. And I wanted to help people with their own healing journeys. So I just bit the bullet, and it was around the Aries new moon in 2023, I think. And I went to a space that I felt comfortable in, which was Gattis Street in Wolverhampton, where I gone to a lot of home ed, like weekly home ed sessions. So I felt comfortable in that space. It was with people that I knew were supportive, which was important to me as well. So there's some people that came along who only came to that first one, but I'm really appreciative that they were there. They know me. They knew that I suffer with anxiety. They knew that I would probably find it quite scary, and I did, and I shook, but I did it. My hands were shaking, but I held that space and I did it, and they told me they were proud of me, and it really meant a lot to me, actually. So I carried on with those women's circles until I felt another moment where I felt like I can't go on like this, where I was organising the circles, I was advertising them, and people weren't coming to them. And I decided to stop doing my women's circles and see what else would open up to me. And now I'm doing different groups. I've been the lady that I'm here this weekend with, Kim, began inviting me to her gatherings to do sound baths, and we've just really, it's been so amazing. That's been 2 years now that I've been assisting Kim in the gatherings, and we worked together. We started in January co-creating a tree spirit workshop each month. And I've started working with another lady called Edit, doing sacred alchemy. So once I let go of my circles that I was kind of clinging on to because I wanted so much to carry on holding space, other things opened up to me, which was just incredible. So, just a message, I suppose, that when you're in that situation, when you really feel the pressure of, I can't carry on like this anymore, just surrender and let it go. Or bite the bullet and take that leap of faith, whichever one is necessary. And the universe will respond to that. So there's my story for today. How long's that? 8 minutes. Yeah, that's a good time for my stories. I don't really want to do more than 10 minutes a day. So there's day 2 of my 30-day story expansion. And I'll see you tomorrow for day 3.